Hello and welcome to How to Make Cologne. This is a getting started tutorial by Ermina Ulysse. In this short tutorial, you're going to learn 3 steps. You're going to learn about each material you'll be using for safety and for information purposes. You're going to learn about prepping your workstation and gathering the materials you're going to need for this mini course. Creating cologne can feel overwhelming at times. It can actually get so busy and crazy in the room that it's a good idea to learn what your unique goals are. For this reason, we've divided this into 3 differentiated learning practicing levels. We have beginning, practicing, and mastering. The goal for each is different. For example, for the beginner, you want to learn the basics. You basically want to work with one essential oil. This way you can focus on just learning about the actual essential oil that you'll be using. You also want to learn about each product you'll be using. For example, the alcohol, distilled water, the glycerin, what they are and for what reason you're using them. And you want to have the most fun learning because at this point you're just trying to see if you enjoy this or something you might want to do in the future. For the practitioner, your goal is a little different as well. Now, you probably like this and you want to keep learning and developing your skill sets. Now you want to deepen your research, which means you want to familiarize yourself with different parfum or perfume notes, top notes, middle notes, and bottom notes. You can dive as deep as you'd like, but this is a good time for you to begin to experiment with maybe one or more essential oils. You also want to learn and practice some combinations. Initially, you start with 60% of your base notes, 30% of your middle notes, and maybe 10% of your top notes. If you've been practicing for a while and you feel that you know enough that you want to master this craft, you might want to learn a lot more about different essential oils, not just one or two. Maybe have a list of 10 or 15 that you want to learn different things about. You also want to practice different combinations. You can create different notes. You may even take it a step further and learn about the health benefits of each of the oils you're using. Regardless of your level, the first thing that you need to know is a clean slate helps you not only produce an excellent product, but also keeps down the stress, as well as makes it easy for your teacher or anyone else that is assisting you to help you along the way. So prep your workstation, remove all paperwork from your desk and make sure it's clean. Cover your desk with something that can absorb any spills. This will make cleaning up a lot easier. Then you want to patiently gather the materials you're going to need for the entire practice. All right, now it's time for you to gather your materials. It's quite a long list, so I would advise you to pause this as needed or come back to it whenever you need to refresher. Now, here's the key. You're going to gather the things and put them near you. They don't have to be on your table, but they have to be close enough so that you know where they are and you can get them when you need them. Having your materials close will make the whole process run smoothly. Remember, if you have a teacher in the room, they're probably helping more than one student, and they cannot give you 100% of their attention at all times. So you must be responsible and make sure you put things back where you found them. Make sure all bottles are closed completely and thoroughly so that they don't spill. And also, if you use something, you're done with it, to throw it in the trash if it's no longer needed. Now, let's begin with the list. I'm just going to go over it quickly, and then we're going to go over each one as needed. You're going to need gloves. You're going to need paper and pen, beakers and measuring cup. You're going to need plastic droppers, alcohol, essential oils, the pipettes, your distilled water, the funnels, and last but not least, perfume bottles and paper strips. You may have one or more other items which is not listed here for other reasons. Gloves. Put on your gloves to protect your hands from alcohol and oils. Too many people ignore the fact that alcohol is extremely drying. The more you put alcohols on your hand, the drier your hands will become. However, when you're working with perfumes, you need the alcohol because they help the scent disperse into the room. So use your gloves and change your gloves as needed. Paper and pen. You're going to need to record the recipes and notes about the process. Now, your recipes can change. However, if you don't know where you're starting, you're not really going to know where you end. So go ahead and write down some recipes. That way you can control the product each time you make it. Measuring cups. We don't always need this in this classroom. However, go ahead and have a measuring cup nearby in case you do need it to mix your liquid in a separate container before you pour it into your cologne bottle. Plastic droppers, those you need. There should be plenty of those around because you're going to need them to add your essential oil or fragrance oil into your mixture. We use a high-proof ethanol alcohol for the purpose of creating these colognes. The reason being they are extremely volatile and they disperse into the air quite nicely, making your cologne or perfume smell really, really nice. Essential oils and fragrance oils that we use tend to be high quality because we want your product to be able to last a very long time. However, please do not put them in your mouth. Do not drop them. They are pretty expensive to purchase. And make sure that once you open it, you close the bottle after finish using it so that somebody else can have the opportunity to have that particular oil if they need it. Pipettes. These little gadgets are used for you to be able to dispense your essential oil or fragrance oil. They basically help you to measure the amount that you're going to be putting into your bottle or into your measuring cup as you make your cologne. Distilled water is how you top off your solution. It helps dilute the cologne to your desired strength. Funnels are the little things that help you pour this back into your bottle in a nice and neat way, just enough so it does not spill over. Perfume bottles, you're probably going to have some options, different colors. But bear in mind, if you are using a clear or even a dark one, you can paint over your bottle using acrylic color. You may not have this choice all the time, but if you do, take advantage of it. It might be a nice way to make your bottle unique. Last but not least, paper strips. You're going to need some paper strips when it's time for you to smell your cologne. You do not want to disperse it into the air every single time. Why? Well, there's just a bunch of people working in the same room, and it's going to be pretty strong if you're doing that. However, what you can do is pump it into a strip and then wave it in the air and smell that strip. Your teacher will go over that with you. That's it. Now, wasn't that easy? There are some 3 basic steps that you have to follow during class to ensure that you have a good experience making your cologne. When you're ready in the next tutorial or in class tutorial, I'll show you how to create your cologne and create your packaging. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.